Yo, ladies and lads, what's going on? It's Spag here. Hope you guys are all doing well. Here with another video today on the topic of guest characters in Tekken 8. Now, I know that Harada said that we don't really want to be talking about guest characters, especially before all of the iconic Tekken characters have returned to the game. So he's kind of parried any attempt by the community to kind of talk about guest characters, and if they've ever suggested one, he's kind of been quick to dismiss it and be like, look man, we haven't even got all the Tekken characters in the game, let's not talk about guests just yet. But I think it's a very interesting time to talk about it. Why? Because we finally know what the characters roster is going to be on release, right? We have all the characters now introduced by their trailers, and we've also had a lot of content even showing off their move lists as well. So we have a lot of information about all the characters that are going to be available on release. But of course, I know for a fact that Bandai Namco is not going to miss out on an opportunity to add guest characters into this game, just based on how successful they were in Tekken 7. You think about Noctis, you think about Geese, I guess Akuma to a degree, right? Even if people don't really like him all too much. Akuma, Geese, Noctis, Negan. I mean, Negan was a very interesting one as well, because I mean, I watched The Walking Dead, and my reaction is on my channel somewhere, you guys will be able to see it. I don't watch a lot of TV shows, to be fair, but when I saw that, I mean, I seen The Walking Dead, and I was so surprised, and I feel like a lot of people were shocked at just how well Bandai Namco introduced that character into the game and made him a Tekken character, because it was just done from scratch, really. So Negan was done super well, and of course, you know, all the rest of the guest characters. I don't know if I missed any, but you know, the other characters too. But I'm here to specifically talk about one character that I think should be added into the game, and that character is Tifa Lockhart from the Final Fantasy series. So why am I talking about this now? Well, my good friend Dengojin made a tweet where he showed that actually Bandai Namco had uploaded a video showing the trailer for Final Fantasy Rebirth. Now, it might not be anything, it might just be people reading into it in a funny way. But then he also showed a picture of Azucena wearing the Tifa Lockhart top. It literally is the same design as the Tifa Lockhart, you know, default custom. So there has been a bit of talk in the Tekken community recently about if this character is going to be added into the game. And there are reasons why I think this would be a very, very good pick. But before I get into that, for those of you guys that may not be so familiar, who is Tifa? Tifa Lockhart is from the Final Fantasy series, and she is a brawler type of character. She's a fighter. I'm not really too clued up on the Final Fantasy lore all too much. I just know that she has that type of fighting style that a lot of people were saying that it would be very, very suitable for Tekken. I actually haven't played any of the Final Fantasy games, but since I was a kid, I've listened to the music, you know. So even if you don't play Final Fantasy, I think you can still kind of be a fan in some way. But hey, maybe I'll get around to it at some point. I don't know. But like I said, she is a fighting character from the Final Fantasy series, and she is one of the most iconic female characters of all time in video games in general. And this is outside of the fighting game community, outside of just in general. In video games, she is one of the most iconic characters of all time. Now, unfortunately, in Tekken, I feel like we have a lack of iconic female characters. Of course, we have a lot of cool characters, you know, Ling Xiaoyu's cool, Asuka, Kazama, Lillian, they all have their personalities, they're all cool, but in terms of being iconic outside of video games in the fighting game community and just in video games in general, I don't think there is a female character that stands out. When you say to someone, hey, you know, who doesn't play Tekken, name me a character, a female character from the Tekken series, I don't know what they're going to tell you. They might say Nina Williams. I think Nina Williams is probably the most iconic that we have in the game so far, but on the grand scheme of things, on the like grand scale of iconic video game characters, female video game characters, she's not really high up on the tier list. She has her own spin-off game, so Nina Williams is probably the closest we're going to get to that, but she isn't on the level of someone like Tifa. But in fighting games, there is one character who is actually probably one of the most iconic video game characters of all time, outside of fighting games as well. And I know you guys know what I'm going to say. Of course, Chun-Li from the Street Fighter series. And I feel like Street Fighter has done a very good job in getting these sort of iconic video game female characters compared to Tekken. You know, Tekkens are not really like on that level, but when it comes to our characters in general, like Heihachi Mishima, Jin Kazama, you know, Kazuya, these characters are very, very well known. And even Eddie Gordo, let's be honest, I mean, I know all of you guys watching at home played that Tekken 3 demo where Ling Xiaoyu and Eddie Gordo were available to play. So, you know, I've done a lot of events in game conventions where I've been promoting Tekken 8 recently, and even Tekken 7. I was at them when on release for Tekken 7 as well, and talking to a lot of casuals and people who don't really play Tekken and don't really play fighting games. They know who Eddie Gordo is. They know who Jin Kazama, Kazuya Mishima, and Heihachi Mishima are. They know these characters, but I don't know, we just lack that kind of iconic female character, right? So having Tifa in the game, just on that point, would be really good. But also outside of that, Final Fantasy is a massive game. You know, the whole point of guest characters is to bring people from another game to be able to enjoy your game. Right now, looking at the videos of Tifa in Final Fantasy and how she fights, I think that she would be a very good addition into the game. I think they could, with the way that they've proven, Namco's proven in Tekken 7 on how they can make adaptations into Tekken with Geese and Akuma and Noctis and Negan, they could do a very good job in adding Tifa in. And I know for a fact that that trailer would get the most views, 100%. I'm thinking 15 million views, bruv. You know what I'm saying? This character's very famous, and she has a cult-like following. A cult-like following. Now, it could be a good thing because, of course, having a cult-like following means that those people are definitely going to be interested in your game. They're going to be very happy that their character is represented in another game. But it could also be a bad thing as well, because I've seen some of these Tifa stans on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, there are people that defend this character in conversations about the lore and stuff more than they would defend their own mother. It's crazy. It's actually insane. But part of me kind of wants to have those people in the game. I feel like it's cool. I think it would be cool to have crazy people like them in our game because they're just dedicated, man. Imagine spending all of your time, Tifa's the best character in the game. Tifa's the best character. I hate you if you like another character and you think another character's better than... Like, they spend all their time doing that. And I've seen people, you know, be personally aggressive towards others because of their choice of character in Final Fantasy. It's like, you think this character's better? Well, blah blah blah, I'm gonna find where you live, and blah, blah, it's just crazy. But sometimes you need a little bit of crazy, do you know what I'm saying? I think it would spice up things a little bit. But jokes aside, you know, her popularity is insane, and based on what we've been seeing, would I be angry if Tifa was in the game? There's some people, when I'm talking on my stream, they're saying, no, I don't want her in the game. But it's like, it's a win-win. It is absolutely a win-win. I know that if it was a possibility, if they were able to talk to Square Enix or whoever's involved with Final Fantasy and manage to get the license to use that character in Tekken, it's a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer, right? To add one of the most iconic video game characters of all time into your game. I mean, it would just bring that audience outside of the FGC to the game, make it even more popular. And that's the whole point of a guest character. But also, you know, we do have a lack of female iconic characters in the game too. And I'm hoping, you know, on another note, I'm hoping that Reina can actually become that iconic character if they develop her story. Because think about it, Asuka Kazama was added in Tekken 5. She was on the front cover of the game, but they didn't really do anything with her after that. You know, like, she was in her video with Jin. She healed the Devil Gene, and, you know, she has the Kazama name, and a lot of people were wondering, man, who is this character, and, you know, where is this story gonna go? And the story just ended up being her relationship with Lily. And I don't know, I mean, I feel like that is a big waste. That was a massive opportunity to have a very iconic character in Asuka Kazama, but they didn't really do much with it, man. So I'm hoping that with Reina they do a lot with that. But yeah, I just think that having Tifa in the game would be pretty cool, man. I don't know what you guys think, man. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video. Maybe there is something behind what my friend tweeted with the customization and with the video that Bandai Namco Asia uploaded on the trailer. I would personally be very excited if that character did make it into the game, even though I'm not a massive Final Fantasy fan, and I don't really care too much about Tifa as well. Like, I'm not a Tifa stan or anything. I just think it would be good for the game. What do you guys think? Do you think that it would be good for the game? And do you think there'll be another character that would actually be better suited and would bring more people into the game? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. But this is going to be it for this video, guys. I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Peace.